in talking to farmers all around the region, the state, and even in the nation, in different forums, we found that the second highest demographic of suicide is farming. It's a stressful business. It's a lonely business, and so they find themselves often in a bad place if things aren't going well. Just a story I'll share with you. I was in western Kansas talking with a group of 300 farmers. They were asking about our program, producing farmers, and anxious because there aren't enough farm workers out there, qualified farm workers. And I gave a presentation and we discussed it for a while. And then toward the end, one farmer who was a little, at first probably embarrassed by getting up, he stood up and coughed a little. He said, "Well, last week my neighbor committed suicide." And he said, "I have to tell you that I thought of the same." He said, "Things are tough out here. It's hard to make a going on a farm. We can't find enough people to work with us. I'm always constantly worried about losing my family farm." And he said, "I just think that we have a major problem." All of a sudden, the whole group was very interested in that. So it's a fairly common thing out there for them to become depressed, worried, and obviously the second highest demographic suicide-wise. Until fentanyl came along, I think suicide was one of the primary leading causes of death in our nation. So the things we're learning on the military side, working with veterans, are perfect fit, is a perfect fit for the farming community. And some would say, well, why are you taking these veterans who have these anxiety problems and putting them into an environment where they're likely to have a problem out there? Well, we teach them along the way how to cope with this, and how to feel good about yourself, how to feel valuable again. The same thing needs to be done with the farmer. And unfortunately, not enough is being done. And I'll tell you another story, and this is not critical. It's meant to be. I was driving down Kimball Avenue one day with a soldier that had lost both legs in Iraq, and two other soldiers that had been both of whom had post-traumatic stress. And up in front there was the new NBAF going up, a couple $1 billion. There was a new huge addition to Bill Snyder Family Stadium going up for billions. And we had been working for years trying to find the few dollars necessary to build a training farm for them. We need farmers in this country, a lot of them, 1 million new farmers in the next 5-6 years to try to keep the family farm in place. And we need to help these young men and women. 2.3 million of them out there, post 9/11, 35% of whom have some kind of disability. And a high percentage of them want to be farmers. What a wonderful opportunity. We need farmers. We've got a whole pool of people that want to farm, so let's find a way nationally to make this happen. And this fellow said to me, well, you're out there trying to beg for the dollars to make these programs go, and you're working hard, and it's difficult for you to find a few dollars, but look at this, millions over there, millions over here. Why is it that you can't find the funds to build a program for me? That was a hard one to answer. He said, I think I've been taken advantage of. So I don't hear the story exactly like that, but I hear it from others too. Why is it so difficult to find a program that makes me whole again when so many dollars can be placed out there in other programs that are not necessarily so much value added? Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah. But farmers face the same things as our veterans do, almost at the same level. So why not bring the best minds in this country together into a task force to address that? Talk to them, get their input, and just figure this one out. It's been a problem for too long. And since we've been in this thing, well over 100,000 suicides since we started this training farm in this country among veterans, and doesn't include the farmers. So That's a travesty. That's a national travesty. We need to fix it. Yeah.